The narcissist's greatest weapon was never their words, it was their ability to read your energetic code. That access has now been permanently and irrevocably revoked. The confusion you see in their eyes is real. It is the short-circuiting of a predator that can no longer locate its prey, even when you are standing right in front of them. To understand why they now look at you as if you are a ghost, a glitch in their reality, we must first deconstruct the very signal they once used to control you. This transmission will provide that operational clarity. First, we will expose the open signal of your past frequency, the access code you unknowingly broadcasted. Second, we will examine the great recalibration of your awakening, the event that collapsed that frequency entirely. Third, we will explore why their scanners now fail, receiving only incomprehensible static where your data used to be. And finally, we will anchor the embodiment of sovereignty, the energetic cloak that is now your natural and permanent state of being. The deconstruction begins with the narcissist's original access code. Before your awakening, your energetic body operated as an open and unsecured network. It broadcasted a constant stream of predictable data points. Every unhealed wound, every deep-seated need for validation, every ounce of guilt or shame you carried pulsed outwards from you as a clear, readable signal. This was not a flaw, it was a stage of development. For the manipulator, this signal was a language they had mastered. They are experts in reading the frequencies of lack, of fear, of the desire to be completed by an outside source. They could scan your energy field and, within moments, identify the precise frequencies of your deepest insecurities. Their tactics were then calibrated to exploit these specific vulnerabilities. If they detected a need for approval, they would offer conditional validation. If they detected a fear of abandonment, they would weaponize their presence, offering it and withdrawing it to create dependency. You were not a person to them, you were a set of predictable emotional outputs. The tangible experience of this was the unsettling feeling of being figured out almost instantly. It was the way they could say the precise phrase that would generate maximum emotional leverage. They were not psychic, they were simply reading the open source code of your unhealed emotional body. This was their point of entry, the unlocked door through which they came and went as they pleased. But what happens to a parasite when its host fundamentally changes its biology? What occurs when the signal it feeds on is abruptly and permanently taken offline? This leads to the great recalibration. The spiritual awakening you experienced was not a gentle shift in perspective. It was a fundamental and explosive system overhaul. It was the equivalent of deleting an old, vulnerable operating system and installing a new, quantum encrypted one in its place. This event triggered a collapse of the old frequency. The simple, linear, and predictable signal you once broadcasted ceased to exist. In its place, a new energetic signature began to emanate, one that is complex, multi-layered, and self-contained. Your energy no longer leaks out searching for external validation or definition. It now circulates within, a closed and sovereign loop. The old data points of wound and need have been integrated, not just healed. They are no longer active transmitters. This recalibration is a non-negotiable shift in your core resonance. It is the reason why old dynamics, old relationships, and old environments suddenly feel intolerable. They are not compatible with your new operating system. The tangible evidence of this is the profound internal neutrality you now experience. You can recall a past event that once triggered immense pain or anxiety, and you feel nothing. The emotional charge is gone. You can look at a person who once held immense power over you, and you see them clearly without the filter of need or fear. This is not apathy. It is the signature of integration. Your system has been fundamentally rewritten.
If this truth of system recalibration resonates, it confirms you are operating from a new energetic framework. This is the work of sovereignty we explore here. Consider subscribing to join the collective of sovereign operators. This recalibration is not just an internal experience, it has a devastating external effect on those who relied on your old programming. So what do they experience when they try to connect to a system that no longer exists? They experience the transmission of static. This is the core of the narcissist's nightmare. Their entire manipulative toolkit is built upon a simple premise: action and predictable reaction. They push a button and they expect a specific emotional response. Their scanners are primitive, designed to detect only the most basic and powerful emotional frequencies: fear, guilt, shame, and desperate longing. Your new frequency is so far outside this spectrum that their scanners cannot process it. When they look at you now, searching for those familiar data points, they receive only white noise. It is incomprehensible, energetic static. They deploy a well-worn tactic, perhaps a guilt trip, a subtle insult disguised as a joke, or a sudden withdrawal of communication. In the past, this would have generated a spike of anxiety or a desperate attempt to regain their approval. This was the data they needed. This was their fuel. Now, when they do this, you respond with calm observation. You respond with neutrality, or you do not respond at all. For them, this is terrifying. It is the source of their nightmare. A reality they cannot influence is a reality they cannot inhabit. It is like speaking into a microphone and hearing only silence. Their reality is built on their ability to affect and control the emotional states of others. When they fail to do so with you, their own system begins to crash. You can see the panic behind their eyes. They will often escalate their tactics, becoming more blatant, more aggressive, more absurd, trying anything to get a readable signal from you. Their frustration mounts because their primary tool of control has been rendered completely and utterly useless. You have not built a wall against them. You have simply evolved beyond their capacity to perceive you.
This failure on their part is not a passive event. It is the direct and undeniable consequence of a new, active state of being you now inhabit. This leads to the final stage, the conscious mastery of this new state. This is the embodiment of sovereignty. Your newfound unreadability is not a defense mechanism you must actively maintain. It is the natural, effortless byproduct of your embodied sovereignty. It is a form of energetic cloaking that is now your standard operating procedure. Before, your energy field was porous, filled with open ports that allowed others to plug in and drain your life force. You were accessible. Now, your energy field is a sealed, coherent, and self-sustaining toroidal field. The energy flows from you, through you, and back to you. There are no entry points for low-frequency agendas. You are no longer hiding your emotions or protecting your energy. The very frequency of your being is the protection. It is a high-level encryption that their primitive technology cannot bypass. The embodiment of this is a profound and settled peace. It is the freedom of moving through any environment, engaging with any personality, and remaining centered in your own power, knowing that your core essence is completely inaccessible to those who are not a vibrational match. You have not become invisible. You have become illegible to those who operate from a place of manipulation and control. You are no longer a target on their radar because you are no longer broadcasting in a frequency they can even detect. Therefore, understand this shift completely. You have journeyed from broadcasting an open signal of your wounds to embodying an encrypted frequency of your sovereignty. The manipulator's confusion is a direct reflection of your evolution. They are not being blocked by a wall you have built. They are simply unable to perceive the new reality you now inhabit. Their tools are obsolete in your presence. Their game is unplayable in your energy field. Your unreadability is not an act of aggression or a strategy of avoidance. It is the quiet, powerful, and permanent signature of your alignment with your true self. You did not defeat them. You rendered the entire conflict irrelevant by raising your resonance to a level where such dynamics simply cannot exist. This is not just a victory. It is a graduation. This shift is not unique to you. It is a collective upgrade. Share in the comments how you first recognized their scanners were failing. Your testimony serves as a beacon, a point of validation for others navigating this critical recalibration. Witness the patterns, validate the shift, anchor the new frequency.